morning. I'm Duncan. How can I help you?
Hi, can I have a medium caramel craze latte hot?
Hot caramel craze latte. Gotcha. What else can I get you?
Can you get me what? I don't know what it's called. Because, dude. A chicken, bacon, and cheese croissant stuffer. I was like, I don't know how to. I'm a guy. I'm not even sure what my name is. I think it's Bartholomew. I look like a Bartholomew. I wish I would put these things in English. What is a craze? You're like. Ow! You burned my finger. Ow.
Now, the day can begin. So much noise. We're here at Walmart getting groceries, and I want to show you Jake is riding one of these little trucks. Oh my goodness. And you're yelling. Jake, you're being so loud. I've told you guys before how JJ's truck at home, the battery dies really fast, and so Jimmy is actually looking at the battery trucks to see if he can find the right one, but it's looking like the right one is more money than we were anticipating, so we may not be able to get that, but we're not sure. Hopefully we can find the right one. And JJ is crawling all over the cart. You need to sit, bud. And we've actually developed a little routine with grocery shopping, and JJ, come here. Did you get you a truck to ride on too, JJ? You're so cute. Anyway, as I was saying, we've developed a little routine with grocery shopping. We get 2 carts, one for the boys to sit in, and then one for the actual food, and that helps a lot.
This is a tent.
Okay. Which one do you want, buddy?
Any of them.
Oh my goodness, any of them?
2. No, 2. Just one.
You said any.
Do that. Do that. You only get to pick one out of all. So pick one. You're not even trying to look up here. There's also these up here.
There's those up there.
This one?
Make sure it doesn't have a vampire in it.
No, all of these. So there's also these.
Oh wow, that would be cool.
You want the green one?
Yeah.
Alright.
You sure?
Alright, that's what we'll get.
Yay! Are you so excited? Look at Mom. Are you so excited you can't stop looking at PJ Masks stuff?
You gotta sit down now.
Yeah, that's a mask.
This is a mask.
PJ Masks.
But you gotta sit down.
Can you sit? Say thank you, Daddy.
This is Dada.
does. Turn it around so I can see it. Whoa, and show me what it does. Does it light up? Oh my goodness. I was saying, there are things in life that just like really stress me out. Gotta get Jake out, hang on. Come here. Ooh. Yeah, there are just some things I can't handle. And I'm gonna show you guys one of them. That right there. I cannot handle dishes in my sink, especially when it's overflowing like this. And I did the dishes last night, so I've got some clean dishes in here, so I need to unload it and reload it. But having to like make lunch with the dishes in the sink totally stressed me out. And even Jimmy asked me, he's like, what is wrong? Like, are you okay? Or he said something like that, and I said, I can tell you exactly why I'm grumpy. The dishes. Is that ridiculous? That's so ridiculous. And we're gonna take care of this. 3, 2, 1. Done. All right, you guys, hey. So it's been several hours, but both the boys are sleeping. Jake is sleeping on the couch, and I have the monitor on him. I usually hold him for his long nap. I know that some people think that that's bad, but that's just what works for us. I hold him, and he sleeps the longest then, and then I get a chance to like sit down and drink a cup of coffee and watch TV and stuff like that. And then JJ will usually take a nap with his daddy. So JJ's in the bed with his daddy, and Jacob is on the couch. Since they are both sleeping, I figured I would take this sweet, precious time to sit down and tell you guys some more about our house buying process, house hunting process. I know that this can very well take a while. This is the first time that we are buying a house, and I have so much that I want to tell you guys that I have written, like typed it out in my phone. So I don't know if that's a little weird. So if you see me looking down at my phone, it's because I don't want to forget what I want to tell you guys. So first I want to start off by saying, if you haven't watched my last video, go check that out, because I briefly touched on how we came about buying a house and coming to this decision of going ahead and buying a house. But basically a year and a half ago, we started the process of buying a house, but we come to realize that Jimmy needed to do some things to help better his credit. He had good credit, but not enough credit history, because we are still, I just turned 23 and he's 22, and at the time he was 20 and I was 21. So you can imagine he didn't have that much credit. So yeah, we started working on that right away. We started doing what we could to better his credit, and it has gotten a lot better really fast. So a year and a half later, we're looking at buying a house. So we're really excited about it. But I wanted to tell you guys what we want in a house, because I'm sure you guys are wondering what it is that we're looking for in a house. Since we are a growing family, we have 2 little boys, as you guys know, but we plan to have many more children. The end is not in sight for us. So we knew that we would outgrow this apartment pretty quickly. And actually, we just signed our lease again for this apartment for a year, but we'll just have to pay a small fee to get out of, like if we wanted to break this lease, if we find a house in the next year and we want to break the lease for this house, for this apartment, we will just have to pay a small fee, and that's not a big deal. So we're still looking for a house, but we did have to re-sign the lease because it was up, and in order to go month to month or even like a 6-month contract, we would have to pay more each month. So we were like, no, we're not going to do that, because we could find a house next month, or it could be a year from now. We don't know. So we just decided to go ahead and sign a 12-month lease. And so I was saying that, I'm so bad about that, starting to talk about something and then forgetting what I was actually talking about. So Jimmy realized yesterday that if we have another kid here, we have to move anyway. So we really need to start looking for another place to live. So we're going to buy a house. And what we want in a house is, we want at least 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. We have 2 bathrooms here in this apartment. We had 1 bathroom in our old apartment, and having 2 bathrooms, it is just like so nice. especially potty training and having kids. Oh, Jake is starting to stir. It makes it a lot easier to have 2 bathrooms, because if one of us is in the bathroom when JJ has to go potty, he doesn't know exactly how to hold it until we're finished, so we can just take him to the other bathroom. So having 2 bathrooms is definitely something that we want. And then we really want to live in the country. Like, we don't want to live in the city anymore. Where we live isn't like a huge city, but it's city enough that we want to get out of it, and we want to live in the country. And we want at least 1 acre. We've looked at houses with more than that, and obviously we would love that, but we want at least 1 acre. We want it to be that it has a yard that JJ and Jacob can play in. So we've actually drove by more houses than we have looked at houses. We've toured 2 houses, but we've drove by I don't even know how many houses. Really just driving around and looking at the houses has helped us sort of like process of elimination, figuring out what areas we like and what areas we don't like, and where we will get the most house for our money and that type of thing. One of the houses that we were like really interested in, and we drove by it because we were considering looking at it, was a beautiful house on 5 acres. The drive out there itself was probably one of the best things about the house. The house was gorgeous, but the drive out there was like out in the country, and there was cows everywhere and just fields full of flowers, and it was so gorgeous. And then the house itself was so nice, and it had 5 acres, and the acres weren't like all wooded, and so it was so beautiful, and it was like on a little hill, and I could just imagine seeing like the sunrise and the sunset from the house. It was so gorgeous. And so we drove out there, and like I said, we loved it. And I'm actually getting a call right now. Hello? Okay, I didn't know if that was maybe my realtor or some other realtor or something like that. So anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, we drove it there, we loved it, but that same day we found out that it was already under contract. And so we've been keeping an eye on that house just because we loved it so much. And if anything falls through, we would like to try to snatch it up if everything else looks good with it. So we've been keeping an eye on it, but as of right now, it's still under contract. So we moved on. And we drove by a couple more houses, and then our realtor actually sent us a house that wasn't even on the market yet. She knew that it was going to be coming up on the market and wanted to show it to us. So we drove by it to see if we liked it, and it was in a little town, a cute little town that we liked. It wasn't exactly out in the country where we wanted it to be, but it wasn't by any means in the city, so we liked that about it. And when we drove by it, we liked it, and we were like, okay, yeah, let's look at it. So we met our realtor there, and the property itself was gorgeous. It had this beautiful creek that was a little bit away from the house itself, and I could, again, just imagine myself sitting out on the back porch and watching JJ play and listening to the sound of the creek and the birds chirping and all of that. While I drink my cup of coffee in the morning and stuff. So I definitely liked that about the house. But the house itself was kind of old, and it had a little bit of issues. Jimmy noticed that one of the walls looked like the house was splitting because it was a double wide trailer. It looked like maybe it was splitting and had some structural issues. So it didn't take us long to decide that we would go ahead and move on from that. We didn't want to buy anyone else's issues or buy problems, and so we just moved on. But we loved the property. The lot itself was gorgeous. If we could have picked up that house and set another house on that property, we probably would have bought it. So then that leads me to house number 3. Now this one is one that Jimmy found online, and he sent it to me, I think the same day that we went and looked at the second house. He sent me this house, and it's a little bit over our budget, so I tried not to get hopeful, but I was like, this house is gorgeous. I at least want to try to see if maybe we could get a good deal on it. And so I sent it over to our realtor, and we set up a time and a date to go look at it, and we went and looked at it. And I have to say that I tried not to get my hopes up with this house, but the more I looked at the pictures, the more excited I got. And then after seeing it, I was like, okay, I could see us living here. I could see us growing our family on this property. And this property had 5 acres, but the thing about it is it only had like a half an acre that was actually usable. We could set up a fence around the house, but then the rest of the acres were wooded. And I'll go ahead and throw those clips in here so you guys can see it.
Oh, so soft. This is gravel. What's a gravel?
Is it?
Yeah. They're right here with that.
Good morning, you guys. So we are here at the second house that we're looking at. Little sneak peek of what the second house looks like.
No, buddy, we're not gonna go up the hill.
You walk around. It's got a porch on the side. Then there's the front of it. You guys see a little bit of it. Then all of this would be ours. And then this is the parking area. Then all of this back here would be ours. And everything you see right here would be ours. And then all the way back about 5 acres, a little less than 5 acres, all of this would be ours. We're waiting on the realtor now to get here to let us look inside, but I'm liking it so far. It's definitely a cute little trailer right there. So cute. So yeah, I thought that house was gorgeous. I loved the property around the house. I thought that was plenty big enough until we could maybe clear out some of the other land or just make do with that land itself. But yeah, the home itself I really like. But the issue we've ran into is the seller or the agent. We aren't for sure what's going on, but somebody has like dropped the ball and won't get back to our realtor on if that house is actually on a permanent foundation. Jimmy, looking at it himself and his knowledge about trailers and mobile homes, he doesn't think it's actually on a permanent foundation, but in order to qualify for the loan that we are getting, it has to be on a permanent foundation. So we're waiting to hear back from the seller on that house. We're trying to be patient. We're trying not to lose hope, but we obviously don't want to get into a bad situation with that seller if he's not going to respond quickly or like cooperate with us or anything like that. So we're trying to be patient, but we're also trying to be realistic and realize that as quickly as we get excited about a house, maybe as quickly as we have to walk away from a house. So that is sort of where we are right now. We're just waiting to hear back about that last house. And then we will see what happens after that. And I'm sure you guys are probably wondering if we're only interested in trailers because that's the 3 houses that we've looked at. And that's the 3 houses that I've told you guys about. But no, we aren't just interested in trailers. But those seem to be within our budget, and I really do like trailers and I'm not against them. I know some people are, and that's fine, but we are interested in houses too. So I'm honestly just really excited about this whole process. Buying a house is such a big deal, and especially for us, it's our first time, like you guys know, and I've said 1,500 times, and so I'm just really excited. I'm nervous. It's scary, but I'm mostly excited. I just wanted to tell you guys how things are going for us so far. I feel like I've been talking for ages, so I'm just going to end the vlog here and say thank you guys for watching. I am so excited to share all of this with you guys, and I hope that you are just as excited as me. So yeah, if you did enjoy today's video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe so that way you don't miss a beat. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to love God and to love each other, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye guys.